Ayuk right. They motion McCaffrey. Backwards pass to McCaffrey. And he's going to throw downfield wide open. Brandon Ayuk! Touchdown! San Francisco! He can run. He can catch.
Getting on fire.
Christian McCaffrey can throw. Schultz to the other. Going to throw out left. Intercepted. Diamador Lenore.
Wow,
Dak
what a
Prescott
play.
just threw him the ball on the outcut going left to CeeDee Lamb. Diamador Lenore comes up with the game's first big play. Here's Prescott back. Has time. Throws out left, intercepted. Ball got tipped up and taken by Fred Warner. Jimmy Ward tipped the ball, and Fred Warner with the INT. They're going to give it to McCaffrey coming left. McCaffrey, touchdown! San Francisco! He has thrown one, he has caught one, he has run one.
What's going on, faithful to the Bay? Welcome to Nitty Gritty Niners Talk. A little different this season, right? You get a little audio sample, you know what I'm saying? Get you all amped up. It's your boy Breezy, PG in the building. It's Wednesday night. That means it's preview night. We got the freaking Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're headed down to Tampa Bay. Peachy is going to be nice in Florida this weekend. And both teams are 4-1. So I don't know about you, but I'm looking for a throwdown, showdown in the little town of Tampa Bay. Like, how you doing? How you feeling? And you ready to get this joint started?
I am feeling pretty good for Wednesday, for hump day. It's going to be like 80 degrees. So the same thing that it was last year when we went down there.
Which was in November. It was 80 degrees in November.
It was
damn.
Almost 80. If it wasn't 80, it was close because they were saying that Tampa was going to wear their whites because they, for the same reason that we wore our whites at home is to,
True.
help with the temperature and things like that while they're playing. But it's going to be crazy. I wish I could go to that game. I have so many relatives that are going, and I'm just like, man, but we have this thing called work, so can't go.
I understand. Trust me, man. I mean, listen, when duty calls, you gotta handle the BI. I won't be there either, but you know where I will be? I will be here, live watch party on the Patreon, patreon.com/the Wayne Breezy. Will post a link in the chat of the live show. Excuse me, I got a burp because I've been drinking ginger ale. Excuse me. And the overreaction, the live overreaction show. I know a lot of people want to yo, where you going to be live? I'll be live on Bleacher Report. You got to download the Bleacher Report app. Yes. You just follow me on Bleacher Report. The live overreaction show will be there. The replay will be here on the YouTube, but the live version will be on Bleacher Report. And shout out to everybody out there that watches the replay because it's definitely an overreaction show you don't want to miss. Win or lose, I'm going in. Like we win. Like, you know what I'm saying? Big Daddy Niners in the building. Shout out to all the Breezy Bunch crew members, those that'll be early on the Wayne Breezy show, man. They be tuned in here. Don't Bother Me, JP Hella Hard, Boats. Just wanted to show y'all some love. Matthew, Big Daddy Niners, baby. What's good? Everybody in the building. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I see some subscribers out there. Alejandro, Agency 323. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We got a fun packed show for you guys. A lot of some news to get through for sure, and we'll get to but before we get to the news, I want to get Peachy's takeaways from week 5 versus the Rams. You want to know what's something funny, Peachy? That game went into overtime, and I feel like it didn't seem like it went into overtime. Like, we don't even talk about that. That was an overtime victory for the 49ers. It was just like weird. It's just like we just won and that was it. But nah, it went into overtime. Give me a few takeaways from week 5 versus, the Rams.
Man, that game was so exciting. Oh my goodness. From start to finish. It was definitely exciting. It was an awesome primetime Thursday night game. Man, so much in that game. It was a heart attack game, which, you know what? That's what our games are going to be. They're going to be gritty. They're going to be rough and heart attacks and all kinds of different things at the same time, spasms and everything else. Drinking a little bit to take the edge off. That's just the way that our 49er games are going to be because of what we have going on within the team with injuries and everything. One of my takeaways was Kendrick Bourne, man. Yeah. KB just came
he was knocking
life.
Cats out.
After after his performance against Jacksonville, and even he said it, he was almost in tears whenever he was talking about it, how he, just had to rebound and Matt helped him through it, and everything like that. And man, that he looked amazing out there.
He did.
I mean, catching everything. And even when he had dropped that one pass or whatever, and Mac had, went up to him, told him, don't worry about it. I'm coming right back to you. And he did over and over again. And so shout out to Kendrick Bourne. So on the defensive side, man, what can I say about our defense? Our defense to me was pretty sensational, especially towards the end of the game. I mean, what they did with the goal line stop, getting the ball away from Kyron, and man, that was awesome. And then the fourth down stop, of course, to seal the game. Well, my boy Chase Lucas getting in on the action too, but it was Chase. It was Albert. It was who's the other one?
Marquis Siegel.
It was something else. But yeah, I remember back in the days when we used to have these heart attack games all the time. And that's kind of like what's going on this year. We're back to that. We're not going to blow anybody out. We're just going to win these games and, keep going.
They're going to be nail biting, right? They're going to come down to the finish. Yeah.
These adversity moments that these adverse moments that we're having, I mean, they could go a long way. I watch a lot of different YouTube shows and everything, and a lot of teams around the league, their podcasts, they're like, man, I wouldn't be surprised to see the 49ers do it again, even with what they got, because I feel like that what they're going through now is going to prepare them for down the road. And once they get their guys back, it's going to be cool to see. So I've seen that around the NFL. I've seen different podcasts and stuff, and different teams are saying that. Like, watch out for the Niners, man. They're dangerous.
Beware of the 49ers. Speaking of that, I have a video right here on the YouTube channel, right? And you can check it out. And it's about the Niners being the most dangerous team. And if you don't want to watch the video because you don't like the way I look or sound, go check out the article over on WebZone. Okay, you can read it. You don't got to watch me. You don't got to listen to me. Just read it. Listen, and when I wrote it, one thing that I like to do, Peachy, I have a lot of passion. That's probably why I get a little louder than everybody else. Like, my passion runs through my veins. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I'm passionate about something. I'm very passionate about the San Francisco 49ers. I've learned how to talk to people a little bit differently and control some of my emotions, but sometimes I just can't control the passion. I'm passionate about something, it's just going to come out the way it comes out. Well, my writing is the same way. When I was recording, I was writing that article and I was recording the video, I was like, yo, we winning. It might be by the grace of God or by the hair of our chinny chin chin, but we still winning. And last time I checked, it doesn't matter how you win a game. It's as long as you win the game.
Right.
And we ain't even fully loaded yet.
I know. It's to me, it's really crazy because the thing that people got to understand is they know style points in this. This ain't like college. You're not trying to run the score up. You're not trying to do all these things so that you can get to the top. It doesn't matter what the score is. It doesn't even matter if it's a tie. Like, it doesn't matter. Just as long
as I don't want no damn tie. You want my knots, my stomach in knots, and then the tie. No. Win or lose. It's one or the other. Don't tie nothing. Because now,
Breezy,
you know what?
do you remember the worst tie that we've had in the last few airs?
I do.
How crazy?
Yeah, I sure do. I do. I hated it.
It was so bad.
I don't put me in no damn tie because that's lukewarm territory.
Yeah.
And you don't know. Like, you like, oh, man. I wouldn't want to beat Green Bay or the Cowboys that finished that game in the tie. Because that, especially when Green Bay, they dominated the whole game. And then they let the Cowboys kind of like claw their way back in. Yeah. You know, my thing is, if you're going to claw your way back into a game, you better come out victorious.
Right.
And if you're going to dominate, you better continue to dominate. Like one or the other. Like the Niners are a weird team as far as like how they play. Like if things are going their way, and you know what I'm saying? And I when I wrote the article and I wrote the keys to victory for that game, I said the Niners can win this game in 3 ways. They got to do these 3 things. And the one thing they couldn't do was turn the ball over. And that's what they didn't do. And on top of not turning the ball over, they got turnovers, which gave them a few more opportunities. Now, there were areas that they struggled in this game. I love your takeaways offensively and defensively. I thought special teams was like night and day.
Yes.
Right? You know, we're not going to get much on special teams return, so I'm not even going to hope for the wet. Just don't fumble the freaking ball. Like, you know what I mean? Hold on to the ball, give your offense a shot. But it was just night and day. And that's because you got players that belong on special teams back on special teams. You got starters coming back from injury. And that's why I said the Niners are going to be a dangerous team once they are fully replenished and they get their weapons back offensively. The one person that they're not going to have for the season, it's unfortunate, is Nick Bosa. But other than that, they got a lot of players returning, and we're going to get to some of that. So great job on the takeaways, PG. High five to you. You smashed the glass on that play right there. Lego. You know, yeah, the game was crazy because PG said she was high on the defense, but she specified it was because they made those specific 2 plays. I thought the defense wasn't great, and I got the numbers and stats to prove it. They gave up too many explosive plays. So that, you know, they got to tighten that ship. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know, going into this game, you're going to be dealing with Baker Mayfield. And what does he do? Throw the ball down the football field. So it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. Some 49ers news and updates. PG already alluded to this. It's going to be 80-plus degrees in Tampa Bay. So Tampa has declared that they're wearing their white jerseys to keep cool. I'm going to be honest with you. That's just a crock of bullshit. It don't matter what the color of the jersey is. Like, the jersey is the same material. It's not like the white. It's just a different color. I never understood it. Now, if it was black and dark, maybe, but red or white, it shouldn't really matter. Anyway, they're going to be wearing their reds. So we're going to be wearing they're going to be wearing their whites. So we're going to be wearing our reds jerseys. So that's some 49ers news to talk about. I like this right here. We're going to be wearing traditional home red jerseys with the gold pants for the first time on the road this season. And so, you know, how you feeling about that? Showing up in Tampa again as the home team.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts about that? Yeah? Yeah.
I really do like it. According to this, it's going to be 83 degrees. 83
degrees. Oh, also, guys, this game was flex, so make sure you set in your calendars. It's at 4:25 Eastern, and we'll get to that. It going from 1 o'clock start to 4:25 p.m. Eastern time start. I wonder why. They flexed this game. Yeah, I'm just curious. You know, it's super early in the season.
There was a reason. I can't remember what it was now, but there was a reason why this game was flexed.
So it's not because it's 2 dominant teams that are looking to kind of take sole first place in the NFC. It's not that.
It could have been.
Because they both were 3 and...
I can't remember what it was, but...
They were both 3 and 1 before the flex. Right. No, I'm just asking. They were both 3 and 1 before the flex, and they both finished 4 and 1, right? Mm-hmm. And so maybe I'm thinking, you know, CBS knew what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. I don't know. It could be something else, but whatever. I'm going to ride with that. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to ride with. Let's get to the practice report for today, Peaches. You want to go ahead and deliver the practice report. I see you got the notes down here, and I'll go ahead and allude to who we may or may not see this Sunday.
This is crazy.
Golly.
Okay, so here's who did not practice today. Because that is like long as beep.
Yeah.
I don't know whenever I can go back to my words that I want to use, but man. Okay.
Got you covered.
Quarterback Brock Purdy. Wide receiver Pearsall. Wide receiver Jennings. Wide receiver Watkins. Defensive tackle Collins.
Alfred
Defensive lineman Gross Matos.
hamstring.
Defensive end Beal.
Still don't know his ankle injury, I believe.
And then 2 guys on rest, Trent and Christian McCaffrey.
Those guys don't got to practice for the rest of the season.
Right. Limited quarterback Jones. Defensive tackle West.
Yeah.
Cornerback
And
Stout.
ankle.
Defensive tackle Givens. And
Pectoral.
defensive tackle Davis.
Hand. All right. You know, it was good to see our practice. It was good to see Kalia Davis out there with the club on his hand. It was good to see CJ West last week with the club on his hand. Them young fellas is like, bump this. Like, you know, any surprises on the outs, on the did not practice list? Like, any surprises for you, me? Excuse me. I think I guess I'm going to go with, maybe Alfred Collins. I don't remember him sustaining a severe injury in that game. And I'm hoping this is the week he makes his first NFL start on that 49ers front. This is the week where you want to put Alfred Collins and Jordan Elliott in the middle on first down and force Rachaad White to, like, never want to run up the middle again. Like, it's time. Like, you know what I'm saying? But any surprises to you on the did not practice list?
I don't know if it's more a surprise and kind of disappointment. Ricky Pearsall, man, I was hoping that he was going to be out there.
I think disappointment is the correct word, because you're like,
Dang.
you're saying to yourself, this kid has so much potential.
Yeah.
And so much explosiveness. And the one thing that we worried about, because we thought about this last year, but last year he had some traumatic situations go down. So you gave him a pass. This year he comes in and he starts the season, he starts OTAs or starts whatever on non-contact not playing. And I'm like, okay, but then he plays. And then he's like, oh, Ricky Pearsall has arrived. And all you could do is just hold your breath. It's like he just seems to get injured a lot. And these Niners wide receivers, like, they continue to deal with these injuries. And you're never really getting the full extent of what Kyle Shanahan's offense should look like, because there's no Brandon Ayuk knee injury. There's no Juwan Jennings ankle, whatever injuries he's dealing with, ribs, all that good stuff. Jordan Watkins should be probably on the IR, but for some reason they won't put him on the IR. You got Jacob Conning already on the IR. And I'm just thinking about the core guys for the Niners. And now you're dealing with Ricky Pearsall, your first-round pick, who was a top 5 wide receiving leader in the out of the wide receivers, and now he's just dwindling down because of injury. So is that a bit of a concern, like, moving forward, or do you think they're just waiting to give him some extra time to, like, fully recover? Because it's got a long stretch. You got a long season to go. What are your thoughts? I said a lot, right? I know. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm really, really depressed about that. We really need him out there. As far as
he's not playing on Sunday. I can tell you that right now.
I know.
He's a long shot.
I know.
Who was the long shot last week? Oh, George Kittle. He's the long shot this week. He's not playing.
Yes, I know.
But it's okay, because you saw an emergence of Kendrick Bourne.
I did.
So now you use Juwan Jennings in the Ricky Pearsall spot. You let Kendrick Bourne stay where he is, and you have MVS continue to stretch the football field down the field. So the Niners, they really don't skip a beat. Like, getting Juwan Jennings would be a big benefactor to the 49ers offense if he plays. He did practice yesterday, did not practice today. So that right there can be a little iffy, tricky, or whatever. So we're going to see how that pans out. But Felicia says, I don't think he plays on Sunday, and just some replies to what we said earlier about the game being flex. Shout out to El Maestro. It's just the San Francisco with a Majin Buu. I know my Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. The San Francisco 49ers versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers game was flexed to a later time slot because both teams were 3-1 and division leaders, making it more appealing and a significant matchup for the late game. And then Thomas came in and also said it was the Saints versus the Patriots. Yeah. So either way, the flex is good for the Niners because they get another opportunity. It's not prime time, but they get another opportunity during primetime football, like not primetime, but that premium time, I guess, at 4:00 slot, to showcase what they may or may not be able to do. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Isaiah? Good to see you, man. And so it's interesting because it's gonna be, I love what I saw from Kendrick Bourne, and I feel like the more he plays, the more he'll gel. Juwan Jennings can also be a chain mover. But he has to play. So let's just say there's no Juwan Jennings. That means who were our wide receivers last week? Oh, Kendrick Bourne, Demarcus Robinson, MVS, Sky Moore.
Yeah.
Against a weak ass secondary, in my opinion. I'm not sold on their secondary.
Me either.
Their safeties, though.
Yes.
Oh, wait till you read my keys to victory this week. Listen, them safeties is Pro Bowlers.
Absolutely.
Oh, man, they Pro Bowlers, man. Let's see, we got Mose behind stage, so when he gives us the thumbs up, we'll go ahead and bring him in. All right, thumbs up is here. Mose is on the scene. What's going on, Mose? Nose in the building, nitty-gritty Niner trio here. What's good, man? We hear you loud and clear. We were just talking about some of the injuries to the San Francisco 49ers, and we talk about the players that did practice and who we may or may not see on Sunday. I mean, just look, if I ask people, who's injured on the Niners, the answer is the 49ers. And I guess my question to you, Moses, how will they be able to try to overcome the injury adversity against a premier Buccaneers team, who is also dealing with an injury adversity? So maybe it levels the playing field just a little bit. But I want to get your thoughts on this, Mose.
I think clean football is paramount. I mean, we saw it last week, against the Rams. We had no turnovers in that game, and then our defense was able to get some turnovers for us. But a clean football game, especially on the road, right? Especially in someone else's building, traveling west to east. It starts with playing clean football. As long as we don't give that offense extra opportunities, I think, we saw that in the game that they just played against the Seahawks. That was a back and forth battle, right? But they were kind of able to edge it out because Sam Darnold had that interception out. It was a great play by the defense. A pass that was tipped by a defensive lineman that then made it into the hands of Levante David. But, that one turnover was what allowed them to get that game-winning field goal at the end. So, if anything, what the Seahawks showed us is that we can move the ball on this defense. As long as we play clean football, we'll have an opportunity.
All right, I like that clean football. Peach, is there anything else you'd like to add to that? I love the clean football take. I mean, it's easier said than done. I feel like our quarterbacks do get the ball tipped a lot at the line of scrimmage. That's something that we struggle with, especially Brock Purdy. Mac Jones had a couple of tip passes last game, were deflected passes, but clean football nonetheless. But anything else that you feel like the Niners can do, just dealing with this freaking injury bug? Like, how can they go out and find a way, like to find a way to a victory?
So, in my opinion, I feel like that a great advantage that the 49ers defense needs to take advantage of, and I know I said that twice, but anyway, it's late, is the disadvantage that Tampa Bay has on offense with the running backs, with Bucky Irving being out, because now you don't have to worry about Bucky and Rachaad White. You just have to worry about Rachaad White. And I feel like that we have a great advantage when it comes to that, because that's just one less major weapon that we need to deal with, and we should be able to control that. We should be able to keep Rachaad White in check, whether he's catching the ball, running out of the back, like, it doesn't matter. We should be able to do that, because again, you have one less problem to worry about.
And not just a problem, he was their leading rusher. Premium running back in the NFL. Didn't play last week. Definitely probably changed the game, forced the Bucs to throw the ball. Rachaad White did rush for 41 yards and 2 touchdowns last week, so he was no slouch. He also caught 4 passes for 30 yards, so you're right, he can be utilized. I think my issue, though, is, stop Rachaad White, but their run game as in totality, because this is a game where the Niners will overlook a little guy like a Sean Tucker, who's had success against the Niners before, getting an explosive run. And so it's like, you stop Rachaad, but you got to continue to not like give up on the run game, because they'll try to put a speedy guy back there to catch a big guy tired and gasping for breath, and next thing you know, there's your explosive run on the ground, and we're just like, God dang. And if you go back to not the Seattle game, not the Saints game, who do we play after that?
After the Saints?
The Cardinals. Go to the Cardinals game. Those explosive runs came from the other running backs. Like, it didn't come from James Conner. They had planned to stop James. DeMarcado had an explosive. I think he had an explosive. Trey Benson had an explosive run. DeMarcado had an explosive screen catch. Like, it was crazy. They just changed the pace. So the Niners got to be great. I'm with you 100%. Peachy, stop the run, stop Rachaad White. But they got to do a good job against the run. Also, they better contain Bake. Like, let's keep it a buck. That cat will run for his life, and that cat, he's literally a more seasoned Brock Purdy. That's who I'm expecting Brock Purdy to end up turning into. But I don't want him to go to a different team. He need to do it with the Niners and be better. But Baker Mayfield is playing damn near MVP-esque football. This kid is doing stuff through adversity too, so I don't want to overlook what these Bucs are doing. I mean, you're talking no Mike Jones, and these rookies are stepping up. That's what you're telling me? Oh, sugar. And I ain't just talking about Emeka Egbuka. I'm talking about Tez freaking Johnson, the smallest wide receiver in the draft. Nobody wanted to draft him. That kid plays hella smart. So don't use him in run blocking. Just use him to get down the football field and catch passes. I saw what he did last week. Slippery. And fell.
Slippery.
You want to know why? You want to know why my favorite defensive player in this draft was injured and left that game? Because Tez Johnson dropped to the ground and forced 3 Seattle Seahawks to collide and hit helmets.
That was such a crazy. So crazy. It looked like the Three Stooges when they ran into each other.
They were going hard, and he was like, "Nope, not on me. Fool you." So no, like, they got some pieces, and we're gonna talk about some of that when we preview the game. I know I get ahead of myself, but great job. Thanks for answering those questions. Roster moves. 49ers signed defensive lineman Bruce Hector to the practice squad. He was with the team during the preseason, so he did have some snaps with the 49ers. I think he played against the Chargers. We played the Chargers. They also released defensive back Jalen Mahoney, so he's gone again from the San Francisco 49ers. And Lou, to the Niners getting back, opening up the practice window for a couple of players this week. They've opened up the practice window. Now the defense, they opened up the practice window for defensive tackle Kevin Givens. He's looking to return back. He was on the IR. He could potentially be back. And they opened up the practice window for safety Malik Mustafa, who came out earlier and posted that he plans to play. Let's talk about this really quickly. Peachy, Malik Mustafa playing. What are your thoughts, man? Do you see him playing this week or not?
I see him playing. I don't know how many snaps he's going to be out there for, but I do see him taking some defensive snaps out there, though.
Okay, so that means you're saying, and Mose, do you agree with what Peachy said just off the top, or?
I don't.
Okay,
I love my sis, but I do disagree. I don't see him getting snaps this week.
Okay, okay, good. Now hold your take, Peachy. Get back to what you said. If he does do that, that means he would have to be activated to the 53-man roster, and who's going bye-bye? So that's going to cause a little ball of confusion because the Niners, if it's a veteran, they would have to release a vet. If it's not a vet, they would waive him, try to hopefully he clears waivers, and then try to sign that person back to the practice squad. So it's going to be interesting. We'll come back to that, but Peachy, just keep that in mind. If they activate him, somebody's going by. Mose, you said you don't see it that way. How you got this panning out?
I don't see it that way just because of, I know Malik wants to play. I'll say it that way. But I think as a coaching staff and as a strength and conditioning athletic training staff, I think you temper his expectations a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This week on the road against a Tampa offense that just threw for 350 plus, 386. You know what I mean? Yeah. Emeka Egbuka went for 7 for 163. Like you talked about Tez Johnson. Like, this is a high flying offense, and I wouldn't want him to have to do too much. Again, I'm not speaking for him in his body and what he's able to do, but I think with this particular team and what this offense is capable of doing, and what could potentially be asked of him, if we get into another shootout type game like the Seahawks and the Buccaneers just had, you know, I wouldn't want to throw him in that type of situation that early. So that's why I say he might not get snaps this week. They just opened his practice window. Let him get a few practices under his belt. He also, too, has to show that he understands what his responsibilities are in Robert Saleh's defense. This defense is new to him as well. Yes, he was with the team last year, but he wasn't with Robert Saleh. This is Robert Saleh's first year back with us. And so, yes, he's been with the team all offseason, training camp, preseason, things of that nature, but he hasn't been on the field with a Marquise Siegel, with a Jair Brown, with a Diamador Lenore, with that back end to kind of understand what his role is going to be based off of his play style and what Robert Saleh is going to ask him to do. And I think with his practice window just opening up, he's not going to be able to figure all of that out in this 1 week with practices only starting today. So that's why I would say he wouldn't get that many snaps this week.
All right, guys.
Or any at all.
Before I get to the super chat, great answers, guys. Before I get to the super chat, in the chat, the live chat, are you going to put an A if you with Team Peachy? Put a B if you were with Team Mose about Malik Mustafa playing this week. Now, Peachy did say he'll play, but it'll be limited. Mose says he will not play. I'm curious to know what you guys think. A or B? I already told you what they mean. Let's get to it. Peachy, you can go ahead and read the super chat.
Thank you, Phil Deb, for the super chat. He's got hashtag BB Mustafa will play.
Uncle Phil in the building. Mustafa will play. I don't know what my take on this is. I kind of feel like if he's cleared physically, then he's got to get his feet wet at some point. And so I need to see what range he's working with. Why not get out there and see how he can run down that football field? I don't even think they'll utilize him that way. They'll have 3-4 safeties available, and somebody's got to get cut. Somebody's getting waived. That's a lot of safeties. I don't think you replace Marquise Siegel.
Right.
I think you continue to let the kid learn out there. Still early in the season. I wouldn't damage his, what's the word? Confidence.
Development.
All of that goes hand in hand. Yes. No. He's clearly in on every play. He's just giving up passes right now.
Yeah.
Now I think Siegel's a better coverage safety than any of the safeties on this team. Even with a bad grade, because he's there. He's not getting penalties. He's just not locating the ball. He's not turning his head. He's just playing the receiver. Once he understands the game, and he starts to play the right proper angle routes and get the head whipped around and blah, 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 and start playing the ball or learning the receivers and their movements. Sometimes the receivers tell, right? Most of the pitcher, like, they be like, oh, I'm about to go for a pass or I'm about to do this. Learn that. He's so young. I don't think you replenish that. I understand he gives up explosive plays down the field, but they're not detrimental to the team. He's given up a few touchdowns, but so has our linebacker D. Winters. So has Fred Warner. So I don't know if you want to replenish. I don't know if you want to replace him. But as far as that in the box guy, a guy that I know that's not afraid to tackle, that's Malik Mustafa, bro. I don't think we got a safety. And now having two safeties on the team that's not afraid to tackle, and Mustafa and Siegel, sign me the freak up. Right. And you can also filter in some Jair Brown, the Pinnock, however you want. You could filter those guys in. But I think I'm with Team A. I think I'm with Peachy. I think if he clears, if he's activated and he clears, then you gotta play him in some downs. You gotta get his feet wet. That way, when he returns home and makes his homecoming debut against the Atlanta Falcons, he's caught up. But Mose, everything you said was right. Like he's not gonna know the defense. You gotta make sure but I'm expecting him to. I'm expecting to see him. You weren't practicing, so where had your ass should have been?
Right, you should have been in the books. But
there's a but. There's a but. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to move that. I wanted to see Mo's face, so Peachy highlight that comment because I didn't see it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's no problem. So this is going with Team B. Kyle never plays them first week after open practice window.
Kyle also never start rookies. Kyle never does. Like, there's a lot of stuff Kyle has never done. Kyle never went. That Kyle never went for it on fourth down like every fucking time. Like, there's just so many things. Like, I think the 49ers are like top 2 in fourth down conversions this year. Like, it's so weird, but you are right. I don't want to take that away from you. You are right. The question is, will Kyle revert back to his tendencies? Honestly, though, I don't think Kyle is worried about the defense. I don't even think his focus is on the defense. That's why the hire of Robert Saleh was so important to Kyle Shanahan. I've never seen Kyle go after somebody and as hard as he did. Pause. Like, he made sure that Robert Saleh was here. Why? And then when they asked him about it today, guys. They was like, "Yo, Kyle, why does it seem like you guys are just so in sync?" He's like, "Because we've been together. Mm-hmm. We did a 4-year bid. Do you know what it's like doing a bid with somebody 4 years, staying up all night, every night for 4 seasons?"
Yep. The greatest thing about this, though, guys, is that, and I said this time and time again, having Saleh back, Kyle don't have to worry about the defense, just like you said. He can put all of his focus on the offense, and that's why the offense looks so much more dynamic, and there's so many things going on, and has those casual bag plays where he just comes out and down and stuff, because now he has time to just work on creativity of the offense and making sure the offense is straight. Because there's so many times in press conferences that they'll ask Kyle something about the defense, and he'll be like, I didn't see that. I go back and I'll, watch them, whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's just music to my ears, because I'm like, you can focus on your side of the ball and make sure that it's good, because Saleh's got that.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's the word is? The word is trust.
Yes.
And when you trust a person wholeheartedly, you just don't even die. Trust. It's amazing. Kyle, and in layman's terms, Kyle's not micromanaging the defense anymore.
No.
Right.
And that is key. And so, you're getting a little bit more creativity on offense. Unfortunately for us, the creativity is hella limited, right? Like, because the injury bug, I think, hit the offense more in numbers. So what's that? Quantity.
Yeah.
But the injury bug, far as quality, really hurt the defense, losing a Nick Bosa for the season. Like, you hear what I'm saying? So weird. So weird. Robert Saleh Robert Saleh better continue to figure out pressure. That's what he need to do. Like, I don't know what I don't care. Look, We went from 5 pressures to 16 pressures. But check this out. We went from 0 quarterback hits to 0 sacks to 1 hit, 1 sack. Like, make that shit that ain't a big jump.
No,
the pressures is cool. But the sack and the hits, give me some hits. Man, they hit Mac Jones 9 times, man.
So bad.
That cat was shook all night long, like some AC/DC shit. Like, he was shook up like all night. Real talk. And he still found a way to get the job done. You know what I mean?
I really need Baker to.
We gotta shake him up
to feel it.
Who's the Baker shaker?
I really need him to feel it.
He's not playing. The Baker shaker's not here.
I know. That's what sucks so bad.
That's why I'm not worried, but I know that Baker is going to come into this
game
more confident.
His moxie going to be different. Is that a word?
Yes. No, it is. His moxie, his swag,
he's going to come with a little bravado.
It's going to be a lot different. Because he's going to look on that other side.
He's sleeping really good and everything.
Listen.
He knows he ain't got to worry about 97 on that side of it, but he is just
I gotta ask this question. Baker came into the league. Who was he with? What team did he go to? I can't remember.
Browns.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, there's 2 players he probably fear. 95, 97.
Yeah.
But he played with
95 was on his team.
He played, but I bet you he made sure he didn't hit him. He had to practice against that. That's probably what got him ready. Damn, that 2019 season was crazy. Like that, the Nick Bosa and he planted the flag.
He is.
And that's why you said when you said he's getting the best sleep, he's not having recurring dreams of Nick Bosa doing this.
The nightmares.
Where he keeps, the flag keep getting planted and it just keeps replaying. What's that movie? And it keep going over and over, wake up at the same spot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's going to be crazy. All right, we got some power ranking moves right now. We wanted to get to this every Wednesday. We're going to bring you ESPN's power rankings. No, they don't sponsor the show, but I just like ESPN because I grew up watching Boomer on ESPN. So I'm going to rock with ESPN, even though I should be rocking with Bleacher Report, but whatever. I don't like them. I don't like their writers. Sorry. Whatever. Anyway, ESPN top 10 power rankings. Lions, Eagles did the switcheroo. All right. Lions number 1. You got the Eagles number 3. Bills number 2 because they lost to the Patriots, so they were undefeated. Bucks moved up to 4. Colts moved up to 5. The Niners. Let's stay right there. They moved up to number 6. And I'm gonna hold your horses on 6 and 4 because I think there's gonna be another switcheroo here. Just hold on. So you got the Packers number 7. How are the Packers number 7? And I spelled it wrong on purpose because they're the Packers because I don't understand. But how are the Packers number 7? Anyway, the Packers number 7 coming off their bye week. So you got the Rams 8. You got the Broncos 9. What a big win from the Broncos over the Eagles. Way to claw back. And then the Chiefs, who lost on... Wait a minute. How the Jaguars not on this list? This got to be wrong.
Top 10?
Yeah. I don't got the Jags. They don't got the Jags.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy then.
Wait, let me make sure I'm reading this right, yo. How the Chiefs... the Jags are 12. If I'm a Jaguar fan,
man, I don't know, bro. I would be.
I don't know, bro. You should have used Bleacher Report.
I did that. No, we straight. No, go to Bleacher Report. Where they got the Niners?
5.
Oh no, fuck ESPN, man. We going to Bleacher Report, yo. Give me the Bleacher. Yo, Bleacher, right, I love you, baby. I love you, Bleach. What up, Report? My bad. All right, they did us dirty that week 4. They did us dirty week 5.
That's crazy. So Bleacher Report has Jacksonville at 10, Pittsburgh at 9, the Rams at 8 at 3 and 2, which is crazy. The Colts at 7, the Packers at 6, 49ers at 5, Bucks at 4, Bills at 3, Eagles 2, Lions 1.
Did they remove the Jags not on that list neither?
No, I said Jags at 10.
The Jags are 10th.
Oh, 10. Mm-hmm. So, but the Chiefs not on that list.
Chiefs are 12th on this list.
Good. So the ESPN got it. Okay, I see what happened. ESPN, I'm going to need y'all to get y'all stuff together because we should be top 5, period.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the cool thing about it is
Oh, that's that
There's
ESPN.
On an FVP battery.
I was like, what commercial is this?
FVP.
We're going to take a small commercial
Verified,
break. Hold on.
proven.
Listen. That's you, Mose.
That's me?
You're around them a lot.
Oh, is that me?
understand the dynamics in the building.
That is
the
me.
Dynamics of the city.
I was
the
about to say, I
dynamics
thought it
of
was
the
me, but everything I got on my side is
expectations.
muted.
Yeah.
Losing.
Y'all need to shut up. I already don't like you, Get Up. So why y'all even talking on my browser? Damn, I thought Mose had a commercial break for it. I thought he was going riding in the car.
No, that's not me.
Nah. All right, so if the Niners, Peaches, for you, the Niners, Bucks. The Niners beat the Bucks. They go to 5-1.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They're easily a top 5 power rank team, correct?
Like number 3.
Yeah, if we
Easy.
beat the Bucks,
Easy.
well,
No, you come on, Mose. What's the well for? Because I want to put in the caveat
Easy.
that
3.
the Niners
At least
will
3.
be winning. This will be the 4th straight game. Well, not straight game, but the 4th game their backup quarterback won.
Yeah.
Name another team in this top 10 that's playing with a backup quarterback.
I mean,
Nah.
I feel you from that. I feel you from that perspective. But I feel like, and they shouldn't do this, but I know that they do this, which is why I was kind of like, because you got the Lions, you got the Eagles, and you got the Bills as the top 3 teams right now.
That's fine, but who they playing?
Now, if
got
we
you.
win and one of them lose,
I got
it. But if all 3 of those teams win,
Mm-hmm.
I think the highest will be is 4 because of all of our injuries. But
that doesn't make. That's not as fair.
we're not as strong of a team as we could be,
But
because we don't have all of our horses.
So
even though our record is good and we're still winning, the reason why they're going to ding us, and I'm not saying that they should ding us. I agree with you. We shouldn't get dinged for that. But the writers, like you said, sometimes they're a little stupid. They're going to ding us because of all of our injuries.
Okay, that's a fair thing, but then why not plus us for winning injured?
Thank you.
That's number one.
Yes.
I agree with you 1,000%. That's what it should be. I'm just telling you that's what it ain't going to be.
Because I got to get the matchups. I'm sorry. I got to get the matchups, so bear with me.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let me get the matchups real quick pulled up, because this is a great conversation to have, because we already know that the Niners are playing a 4-1 team. They're playing the NFC South divisional leaders. So we know that. All right, so we said the Eagles. The Eagles are playing the Giants. Come on now.
That's a dub.
It better be. I'll be goddamned if the Giants lose this game. Win this game. I'll be double dog damned. All right, cool. So that's a dub. And then we said, what was the other 4? The Bills are playing on Monday night. They're playing the Falcons. That
should be a dub.
It should be a dub. The Lions Chiefs is a tough one, but the Chiefs' record isn't great.
Right.
No,
and if the
it's
Lions
not.
defense show up the way they supposed to, they're gonna make that game tough.
Yeah. Not to mention this fact right here. Buffalo and Philly both lost. So they are going to be out for blood. Both of them are going to be out for blood.
I've never rooted for the
is
Giants
this.
more in my life.
When you were talking about the 49ers and their injuries and how they hold that against us about where to put us. So here's my question. If you have these teams that are ahead of us that are not injured and beat up like we are, and we're able to beat this Bucks team, I don't understand why we shouldn't move up. We should move up for the simple purpose is that we're beating these teams and we're beat up. To me, that would just be one of those things, because the caveat would be, what would happen if we weren't? If we were, just like a really healthy team right now, hell, we'd probably be number 1.
I tell you this, and I agree. I think Mose agrees with us too. I think we're trying to figure out how to persuade the writers, right? Like, because it's not making their logical sense makes sense the way Mose explained it, but what about the opposite way? So when we beat the Bucks, okay, my whole demeanor is going to change. I'm going to get banned from YouTube again, because I'm going to enter shit talking mode like it's on another level after 6 weeks, because the Bucks are a dominant team. The Niners are beat up, but they're playing to win dominantly in that way. And if they do it again, what's the excuse?
Right.
Like, what's the excuse to overlook the San Francisco 49ers again? Which I think the Niners like it like that. I think they want to be overlooked.
Oh,
but
yeah.
for me, I don't like that. I think we're earning respect. Money, power, respect. And that's what we're doing every single week.
I got an answer to your question. And I think what you said right now is what we're doing is persuading the wires, because I think we can take the opportunity to debunk this right now. One of the biggest things that we've talked about, that other people have talked about, is the 49ers strength of schedule. How we have the weakest strength of schedule in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
However, the only weak team that we really played
was the Saints.
That's it.
And so we are sitting at 4-1. We beat three division opponents.
Only game we lost to most was the Jags.
The Jags, and that was self-inflicted wounds.
We know that. But they didn't say that, but we know that. Mm-hmm.
So, like, our 4 wins are a game that we should have won because y'all told us our strength of schedule was weak. So we went in and we beat the Saints. And then we beat the Rams, who a lot of these writers have as a Super Bowl contender.
That's right.
Not just
number one.
making the playoff.
The best team in the West.
Mm-hmm.
Best team in the West and a Super Bowl contender.
Right.
One of the only teams that could go into Philly if they needed to and beat Philadelphia. That's what they told us.
Mm-hmm.
And for 3/4 of that game in Philly, the Rams looked like what the writers said that they could be. And then Philly turned it around. The Rams made some mistakes, got some kicks blocked. Philly was able to come out with that win. But the Rams, for all intents and purposes, looked like who the writers told us they were.
Mm-hmm.
We went in, beat up. No Purdy, no Jennings, no Pearsall, no Bosa.
And we weren't expecting this.
Just put that. And so now we get a 4-1 Bucs team who everybody said, oh, they're going to run away with the NFC South. And they are also now looked at as true contenders, maybe not Super Bowl contenders, but if they get into the playoffs, they can play with anybody. They got the weapons, they got the defense, they got the coaching, they got the quarterback. They can play with anybody. We go on the road from west to east and beat them in Tampa. Now, what's the excuse? You can't tell me strength of schedule.
That's what I'm saying.
We beat 3 contenders
that got thrown out the window.
Yeah.
After the first 3 weeks.
Yep.
Like, remember I said, we had the conversation. I'm like, yo, don't pay attention to that strength of schedule crap.
Yes,
every team plan to be better.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want to hence on those teams that got rookie quarterbacks, yeah, you should be salivating at the mouth. But not every team had a rookie quarterback.
Nope.
And let's keep it a buck. That Saints game it was close. They balled out. They always, and I mean always, play the Niners hard.
Always. Yep.
The Saints and the mother freaking Falcons. I don't care if they 0-76. They will come out believing they could beat the 49ers.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Every
true.
year it happens. It's 2 of the hardest non-divisional games we got to play. Because they were former NFC. There it is.
You know where it was going.
There it is.
That's because they are former division opponents.
That's it. 6 teams in the division. Them 2 teams always gave us craps. Mm-hmm. They played us, and they still play us like it's a divisional game. I don't know how that works, but that's how they play. That's how they mentally play, man. It's so crazy. Here's my thing now. We're going to get to, the preview. The Niners on the road, history's on their side, but history's always meant to be broken. Niners lead this series 21-9, if I'm not mistaken. They did win last year, guys. Now, I have to give you a quick recap on last year. It's just to jog your memories, and it wasn't an easy win. It came down to a kick. 2 field goals was missed in this game by Jake Moody, who's no longer a Niner. But that cat did kick the game-winning field goal, for this team to win. It was a gritty freaking game. I will say that both teams will look different. the Niners will look more different, though, because no Brock Purdy, no Ricky Pearsall, no Nick Bosa, no who am I missing? No whatever. I don't even. This is gonna look different. It's gonna be a bunch of players
different.
that didn't play last year where we had to grind out a win. They got new factors over there too. You know, this game, I think, more so the matchup, and as we preview the game, I think this game gonna come down to coaching and which coaches don't make mistakes.
Right.
Which coaches is because Todd Bowles, at the end of the day, defensive mind coach, hands down, and their defense is a top 10 run defense in the league. Well, maybe it's a good thing we don't run well, right? So you could try to find a way to take advantage of their passing defense, which is ranked 20th in the league. So when you look at this team, like how, you know, what are your thoughts? First thoughts on the preview. You're not going in there full cavalry. You're going in there with a bunch of backups. Your tight end is a backup. Your quarterbacks, that's where it starts. Your quarterback's a backup. Your pass rushers are backups. Like, this is literally backups versus starters. Tristan Wirfs is back. Like, their offensive line is going to look to obliterate. And we're going to break this down. So, PG, once again, you are going to get the 49ers offense versus that defense. And then, Mose, you get to present the 49ers defense versus this vertical threat offense. Ready, set, hit it.
So, on offense, I feel like that I got to say Kendrick Bourne versus that darn Winfield.
So you think okay? Mm-hmm. You think so? If you had to pick a key matchup, and I like that, you like the safety. You think so? They're gonna roll the safety coverage. You think that I don't even know how to get this out. You think that our wide receivers deserve double coverage? Oof. I like it.
I mean, you're
That's
not going to have
spicy.
Pearsall out there. You're not going to have Jennings out there. It doesn't look like you're not going to. Now, they haven't been rolled out, but I'm just saying that I don't think that either one of them is probably going to be out there.
That's spicy
So,
as hell.
KB is going to be that guy that they're going to be trying to stop. He'll be that guy.
I don't disagree with it. I mean, he had a great game. And when I look at their 3-4 defense, you know, Zion McCollum is dealing with an injury. I do like their safety. Their safeties are playing Pro Bowl football. So Winfield and Tyke Smith are just some of the best safeties in the league, hands down.
Winfield is like all over the field. So I can
Didn't
see
he have
him.
an interception
I can
last
see
week?
him doing that.
He was the one that got the interception from the tip pass.
He is. Yep.
Yeah. So, if he is over the middle of the field, I mean, I think, that's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting. We didn't even talk about the pass rush, you know, because, you know, they got a pass rush. I'm sorry.
Yes, they do.
The good thing is Brock Purdy's not playing.
Right.
And what's his name's not on this team no more. Who's that tight end, guys? I forget his name. That's how much. Eric Saubert, I think was his name. No. It wasn't Eric Saubert. It was before Eric Saubert. Who was the tight end that got Brock Purdy hurt in the NFC Championship game?
Oh,
it wasn't Saubert. Saubert came after.
No, who was that?
They all our tight ends look alike too, by the way.
What was his name?
They do. They really do.
I mean, we have a type, is what I'm trying to say.
I cannot remember his name.
Wow, that's a good question.
It'll pop up in the chat. I'm just they on a delay, like 7 seconds. It'll pop up. Anyway, that tight end missed. That tight end didn't line up. Hassan Reddick got the best of him. Not Reddick. Reddick is the one that got the guy that hurt him. But who was the tight end?
Yeah, the tight end. Not the defensive player.
Was it Kraft? Not who the hell is Kraft? Do we have a tight end named Kraft? Yes, we did. Tyler Kraft.
That's
Tyler
right.
Kraft. Is he related to Tucker?
I was about to ask him, is he related to Tucker? Because the only Kraft I'm thinking about is Tucker Kraft. I think his name. No, it was
Right.
Croft. Tyler Croft.
Tyler
Croft.
Croft.
Tyler
That's who it was.
Croft.
Got it. Yeah.
It was Tyler Croft. All right.
Yes.
We were going to figure it out. Man. Well, Hassan Reddick's playing in this game. And Yaya Dobby's playing in this game. Vita Vea up front's playing in this game. Rookie out of SMU, Elijah Roberts is playing in this game. Lavonte David, look, they got a defense. God dang. So how we got to attack it. We got to attack the defense somewhere. You know, you got to figure out where you could get in, where you fit in. You know, I don't want to give away what I wrote already because it won't be released till Saturday, but I think you just got to find a way to maybe you run at the nose tackle. Maybe you run at these big guys. Or maybe this got to be the week the Niners outside zone run work, right? This is the perfect time to use it. I mean, there are 3-4 defense. You got a big-ass nose tackle in the middle. You got to move him left to right opposed to north and south, right?
Have to. Because he's not agile. I mean, he's agile in the tight spaces, but getting east to west like that, no. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
All right, Peach, I got to ask you this. Would this be the game where the 49ers get their first rushing touchdown?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I need to hear. All right, Mo's
I don't know who's going to get the rushing.
No, I didn't ask who. You ain't got to be specific.
But it don't matter.
It could
as long
be,
as we get one.
It could be Jake Brindle touching the ball and running up the middle for all I care.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right. So Mose, you know, our defense got to play against this crazy, weird offense that is literally freaking like developing right before our eyes. There's no way they knew that these receivers, Emeka Egbuka, Tez Johnson, were going to, you know, make this tremendous rise their first year in the NFL with the fall of Mike Evans, who's not going to play in this game. How are we attacking this offense? They got an offensive line, bro. I'm sorry. Their offensive line is pretty damn solid.
Yeah, it is. And I think we're going to have to find a way with manufactured pressure and disguising our coverages. We got to figure out a way to either, like you said, either get to Baker Mayfield, and even if we don't get a sack, touch him, hit him, like make him feel that we're there. And if we can't do that, then with the manufactured pressure, then I think it's confusing him with disguising our coverages. And that's going to have our linebackers and our secondary play really, really sound football, understand their assignments on each play, because Baker Mayfield is playing at MVP levels. Mm-hmm. He has 10 touchdowns. He has 1 interception. He has 1,200 yards. He has a 107 quarterback rating. Like, Baker is playing out of his mind. And like he said, his arch nemesis is not playing. So that's an added level of confidence boost on his attributes meter. Like, so he's going to come in a home game in front of the home fans, and he wants to continue the momentum he's already built. And obviously, yes, he has Chris Godwin coming back, no Mike Evans. Tez Johnson is a good, secondary option, but he's going to be looking to go to Emeka Egbuka. And one way that manufactured pressure can get home, or disguising coverages can work, is if we find a way to slow down number 2. And I said this last night, for anyone in here who was not, please tune in to What's Your Fantasy with my sister Peachy, my brother Breezy. But I said this last night in the chat. The matchup that I'm looking for is 2 versus 2.
Demo Emeka.
When I'm watching that game, I'm not watching nothing else. I am a defensive tackle at heart. I will not be watching anything in the trenches. And I know he doesn't travel all the time, but I think if there is ever a game
that you match up
that Demo travels, it's this game. On the road in their house, wherever number 2 goes, there's going to be a shadow because there's going to be another number 2 that's right where he goes. Demo versus Mecca. And if Demo can win that matchup, if Demo can be the lockdown corner that we know he is, and Baker cannot go to Emeka, and he has to go to a Chris Godwin who's getting his legs back under him. Yes, he's back. He played last week. He's still trying to get his legs back under him. He has to go to a rookie, Tez Johnson. He has to force passes to Cade Otton. Then I think that helps our defense and allows us to make plays that otherwise we wouldn't be able to make. So I'm looking forward to that matchup, 2 versus 2. I
like that. So we got you got Winfield on KB. You got freaking Demo on Emeka and Buka. Really 2 good matchups. The Niners defense, you talked about disguising. I think that might be the key to this game because they have to be able to trick Bake to throw that football. Like they have to be able to trick him or aid and abet him to throw that football into a space. The Niners are going to probably play predominantly zone in this game, and the key is to apply pressure to unlock the rhythm. Because if Emeka and Baker are off rhythm or out of rhythm, then bada boom, bada bing. My only concern about Demo is last week against Devontae Adams. So it's a different type of receiver. But against a different receiver, against Devontae Adams, he ended up with 3 defensive holding calls, and they were all legit. During the game, I didn't think was legit. On the film, they were legit. Like, he grabbed. So he's got to not play handsy and try to outsmart the young kid. Like, be the smarter guy on the football field. Because this kid could blow. Pause. Like, this Emeka Buka is a real thing. Like, he's not fool's gold or anything like that. That cat's the real thing. So,
but see, I love that you bring that up because if anything, maybe that is the test that Demo needed.
Okay.
Before getting to this game, because like you said, Devontae Adams and Emeka Buka are not on the same level. Emeka right now is winning purely because he's young, he's fast, he's big, and he's a baller. Like he's not playing technically sound football just yet. There are some aspects. There's some aspect of his game that are technical, but other aspect of his game is just raw talent. Like I'm him, and I'm just going out here doing what I do. Devontae, his route running is so technically sound, from his footwork to his hips to his shoulder movement to his head movement to where his eyes are. Like everything about what he does in his route running, it just throws you off. But now that Demo was able to see that, and he won't see route running to that level, I'm hoping that was kind of like all right, that was the test that I needed. I'm not going to see route running like that until he's not going to see route running like that until we play the Bears. No, he's not even on the Bears anymore. Do we play the Chargers this year? Oh, so he's not going to Allen, right? He's not going to see Keenan Allen. So like you're not going to see route running like that until we play the Rams again. So like at least that was a test for him to say, okay, now I see what technically sound route running looks like. Now I know what I need to do because this is what I did wrong. And now where Devontae was the teacher and Demo was the student, now we can flip that. Demo becomes the teacher and Emeka is the student. That's what I'm hoping happens.
And just to flip it real quick, like because I love these matches, but just to flip this real quick, because if the Niners, which this is something that they don't do, they don't shadow. Demo, you play his side. If this guy's flipped onto Renardo Green's side, how does Renardo Green have to play Emeka Egbuka? Now, I like Renardo Green, but he's a press man corner, and if you give him some space, these young guys are going. If they can route, they're going to route you up. They're going to route him up, and then he's going to end up with a penalty call. So do you play press? Do you get physical with this young kid? Like, I want to see if he's strong off the line, right? If he blow by you, you got the safety over the top. But if he doesn't blow by you and you get the physical, you're knocking him. This is Baker Mayfield's first read. I'd rather get beat by Chris Old Man, one knee Godwin at this point. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to get beat by this explosive young rookie down the football field for a 45, 75, 85, 99, 91-yard play. It can't happen. We gave up 7 explosive plays to the Rams, and 3 of them went to Tutu Atwell. Same build as Emeka Egbuka. See where I'm going with this? So I'm a little nervous defensively because it wasn't just Devontae Adams that he got the holding calls on and routed up. And shout out to Demo. He had the greatest PBU we've ever needed on Devontae Adams. He helped seal the deal of that game. I ain't gonna lie. But I just to throw a little, devil's advocate out there, or just a flip mode, because if I'm the Bucks, I'm depicting who I want matched up on who, right? And so if I got to pick a position player battle, and I know I said we're gonna do breakout players. My bad, I clicked the wrong thing. But if I'm gonna do, my thing is it's Marquis Siegel versus K. Otten. You ain't seen much of K. Otten this year, but
Exactly.
tight ends have been getting the best of Marquis Siegel. You might want to start him in fantasy football, but can Marquis Siegel step up to the test this week and pass the test? That's what I want to see. And I'm okay with them testing him. Just limit explosive plays down the football field. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to give up the pass, make sure you dare to tackle. That's my key. Shout out to my man Aldo. He says, thank you for the super chat, man. He says, I'm sorry, but Mayfield ain't nobody. Yes, he has played all right, just like Jimmy G played in our system. But yeah, our team ain't still fully healthy. I still think our defense will get the win, especially with Evans not playing. Listen, this is a great take. You know what I mean? Peachy, you want to respond to this? I'm trying to see if I can find a way to get rid of. Nope, it doesn't shift it up. Okay, I tried to do something.
I definitely see where he's coming from, and I mean he does have a point. That is like that, but I also feel like that Baker's been tested. I mean, they played Philly, or whatever. So
talking shit. That's it.
It's not going to be a walk in the park, that's for sure. And if
he ain't no Jimmy G, dog. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a beatdown to get this win.
Breezy, I agree with you 1,000%, and we appreciate the super chat contribution. But saying Baker ain't nobody and he's all right and he plays like Jimmy G played in our system, I'm sorry, Aldo, but I'm going to have to completely disagree with you. I think what we've seen from Baker Mayfield since he's got to Tampa Bay has been an actual improvement in his play, to where this year he's accurate with the football. He has command of the offense. And even when Mike Evans and Chris Godwin weren't playing, Baker said, that's fine. Who do we have? We got Emeka, we got Tez, we got Cade.
And we knew they were going to drop.
The job done. So like the way he's, like I said, his accuracy, his timing, he has 10 touchdowns and only 1 interception. Like there's no way. We have not seen that from Jimmy G as his career continued to progress with the 49ers. Yet me might have seen it early on when people didn't have film on him.
Yeah.
These teams have film on Baker Mayfield.
Spot on.
In this offense. And you also have to think the offensive coordinator that Baker had last year in Tampa is no longer there.
Yes,
that's Liam Cohen, who's now in Jacksonville. So this is a new season. With a new offensive coordinator. And while there might be some wrinkles that are the same, they probably instituted a good portion of the previous offense because there's so much continuity with Baker Mayfield, with Bucky Irvin, with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and everybody else that they have there. There are still wrinkles that a new offensive coordinator says, okay, I'm the offensive coordinator. This is what I like. This is what I see. This is what I think will work. And so there's still that time that it takes to kind of figure all of that out under that new system. And Baker has done that flawlessly. So I do not think, no matter what happened in Cleveland, no matter what happened in any of his other stops, we cannot overlook Baker Mayfield and what he's doing right now. Because if we are not careful and if we do not play sound football, he is going to pick us apart just like he has been everybody else this season.
Well said, 50 Casual says, and Baker has been playing against good defense.
Yes.
I definitely thank you for the super chat contribution, fam, and definitely respect your take. It's just hard for me to overlook what Baker has done, and I think what Mo said without using the word progression, he's progressed in this system, and he is the man. Like, if you want to know why Todd Bowles is confident, is because you could tell, like, he's letting Baker play football. It's almost like how Andy Reid lets Patrick Mahomes play football. And I'm not comparing the two guys as quarterbacks, but Baker Mayfield is top 5 in MVP voting.
I'm on ESPN right now because I'm looking up like stats and like team rosters for Tampa Bay, and an article that came out 6 hours ago says the perception around the league of Baker Mayfield is shifting amid MVP type run. The perception of him is shifting league wide because of the MVP type run. Is we cannot overlook Baker Mayfield.
So we can't go ahead, PG.
I just have to say this. So y'all know how Colin Cowherd say bashing Baker for, his attitude and all this other stuff, whatever. Even Colin done a 180 on Baker.
I mean, you have to. The play speaks for itself.
Yes.
Yeah,
you absolutely have to.
And I respect Cowherd for that. And sometimes some people have to be made believers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to shift this over from Baker, like, the Niners can defeat him. They've beaten him before.
Yeah.
Like, the Niners haven't lost to Tampa in a minute. So they've beaten Tom Brady. They've beaten Baker Mayfield. They can beat Baker Mayfield, but they got a different Baker Mayfield. And I'm sorry, our defense is different too. And as great as our defense has been playing, we can't let this game come down to the defense having to make a play and in order to seal the deal. No, the defense need to go out on the football field and make a motherfucking statement and let Baker Mayfield know they not playing no games. We the real 4-1 Dundadas around here. That's what the defense has to do. Next man up. And I know, look, nobody's going to be able to replace Nick Bosa. No matter who we get, no matter who we trade for, you're not going to replace that, replenish that. The question is, how do you get better depth at that position? These players are NFL players. They made it to the NFL, and they got to find a way to step up. They've got to generate some type of way of disrupting the passer. They have to figure it out. It's not just Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh's got to draw up a defensive scheme or a blitz here or there. That's Robert Saleh. It comes down to these players executing. I will live on that hill. I will die on that hill. And some players just don't have it. They just don't have it. Mm-hmm. So Niners defense, they better be on their P's and Q's because you're playing against a competent quarterback. Jimmy G went from competent to incompetent overnight. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Competent to ass, just like
or better yet,
like he woke up and he was.
Yeah.
So my son K-Mac had a question for you guys.
We got breaking news, not for us though. I'm sorry.
He said, if you it's more of a comment, but because he's working, so he sent this. He said, make Baker throw more than 30 times,
absolutely,
and more often than not, he will throw a pick.
Absolutely. That's why you got to stop the run. And
exactly
what you said earlier in the show, no Bucky Irvin.
Yep.
Right? But don't sleep on Rachaad White. Y'all acting like that cat wasn't RB1 before they drafted Bucky Irvin. Like,
no, I know how awesome he is. I just feel like that it'll be easier to contain him because you don't have to worry about Bucky.
Bucky's younger, explosive. He changes the offense, the dimensions of it. But they can still do the same things with Rachaad White, and now they're going to bring in a more faster, shiftier running back and Sean Tucker. So
he's
run defense got to be on point. Like, I'm more like, all right, let me ask y'all this. We'll get to some breakout players and then score predictions. We'll get up out of here. Are you more concerned about the offensive side or the defensive side in this game?
I'm actually more concerned about the defensive side.
I agree.
That's the first time in 5 weeks that we feel like we're a little bit more concerned with the defensive side. Care to share why, Peachy and Mose?
Here's my thing. If we're unable to get turnovers, I'm worried about the defense because of what I saw in the Rams game. The Rams started slow, but once they started cooking, it was like when we got the ball, our drives were slow and methodical. It seemed like every time the Rams had the ball on offense, they were getting chunk after chunk after chunk after chunk after chunk. It was like explosive. Like Stafford had the ball, and in 4 plays, they're in the red zone. And so, yeah, they may not have been able to run the ball very well, but passing the ball, Stafford was picking us apart. And if Baker is on this MVP-like run where he's got 107 quarterback rating, 10 touchdowns to only 1 pick, and I heard the comment, have Baker throw 30 times, but against the Falcons, he threw 32 times, 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Damn.
Against the Texans,
he meant 42 times.
Against the Texans, he threw 38 times.
You ain't get to the
touchdowns,
40s
no
yet.
picks.
Yeah, keep going. What's the one game they lost, Mose? I'm curious.
The one game they lost was the Eagles, and he didn't throw.
Oh, that's right.
He didn't even throw 20 times. He threw. Oh no, he threw 40.
Yeah.
So the number is 40. The 40 times.
Oh, I thought Peachy said 30.
No. I'm saying nephew got the number wrong. He meant to say 42.
Oh, okay.
I'm just having fun. Nah, he said 30 times. He meant to say 40 plus times. You make and that and here's
right.
what
But that was it makes sense. But that was the only game that he threw 40 times.
But here's what I love about the Niners. We've won throwing the ball 30 plus times. We've won the ball throwing 40 plus times. We almost threw the ball 50 times in that last
against
game.
The Rams.
Right.
We threw 49 times. Now, I don't want to see that too many dropbacks because that's going to give, with our offensive line, our quarterback going to get hit. You know what I'm saying? You don't, I'm curious to know how many hits Baker Mayfield has been hit. He is dealing with injury too, so don't act like Baker Mayfield is super healthy. Both quarterbacks they're not limping, but they're dealing with some ailments, right? Like they've been injured and on the injury report this season. So anyway, I'm not souping up Baker Mayfield. The Niners going to win this game. They just got to make the right adjustments at the right time. Breakout players for the Niners. Peachy, you get to go first. I need your offensive and defensive breakout player. Who are the players you're starring? And then Mose, who are the players you're starring?
My breakout offensive player would have to be Kendrick Bourne because I feel like that's the only way that we're going to be able to really do what we need to do on offense. Is like it's going to have that Mac Jones Bourne connection. Like that's got to continue in this game.
Well said. Most offensive player, and then we'll go back around and we'll do defensive players.
Offensive player. I'm probably gonna regret saying this, but I feel like at some point Kyle has to figure something out, and it may only be one gadget or trick play, but I think it's gonna be something that swings momentum enough to where even if it's one play, we can classify it as a breakout. I'm gonna go with Sky Moore. I think Kyle always seems to find a way, especially against NFC South opponents, because we've seen it a lot against the Saints and things of that nature. But I think we may get into a situation where Kyle has to pull something. In the past 2 games, we've seen some type of trick or gadget play. And so I think whether it's to keep up with a scoring battle early if we're going back and forth, or if, Tampa has the early momentum, and Kyle needs to do something mid-second quarter going into the second half to kind of get the momentum back in our possession. There's going to be something that he calls for Sky Moore, and it's going to be a big play that completely shifts momentum. So my offensive breakout player, even if it's just one play, is going to be Sky Moore.
You got to find a way to generate an explosive play, whether it's with a trick, whether it's with a Juwan Jennings pass, a Christian McCaffrey's pass to a Sky Moore. Throw something off kilter. I love it. Breakout player, a cliche, I could go with Christian McCaffrey. I think this is the game where he's going to have 11 to 12 to 15 targets. Why? Because their linebackers are ass trash in coverage. Sorry, Levante David. Love you, man. Respect your game, but you can't cover, right? And so, their linebackers are going to struggle. Kyle, I want to see angle routes. I want to see wheel routes. I want to see anytime there's a linebacker on my running back or tight end, that needs to be the matchup that Mac Jones is looking to exploit. So I'm going to go with CMC. I think he has a big game in the receiving game, and it forces those guys to play coverage a little bit different, which will help open up some of these run lanes with these big mofos on the line. Let's go defense. We'll go backwards, modes, Peachy, and then I'll cap off my defensive breakout player.
I have two, but I'm only going to pick one. And he's listed as questionable, so I don't even know if he's going to play. But I'm going to go Upton Stout because he had a pick in that Jags game that they called back that I was hot about.
Perfect coverage.
Because it was perfect coverage. And he had a great play on the ball. Obviously, short week against the Rams and McVay's offense. I knew he was going to not struggle, but I knew that wasn't going to be as easy of a game. I think this is the game Upton Stout finally gets an interception, and it'll be the first for the defense because he should have had it in the Jags game. And I think this game he gets the first interception for the defense, and it's his breakout game as our nickel cornerback. I'm going to go Upton Stout.
Like it. In with the defensive interception, because I was going to ask that question. Will this team get an interception this game? Peachy, defensive breakout player of the game.
I think this is going to be a Fred Warner game.
Yeah, he needs a rebound game. He was fucking terrible last week.
Yes. I think that he is going to bounce back in a major way this week. And it wouldn't be surprising to me if his almost interceptions turn into an interception. So I actually think that Fred Warner gets the first interception.
Something got to give. Fred looking at Devon Lloyd, but nah, son.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold your horses, son. I'm the Mac
Lloyd
Daddy.
is playing out of his mind.
He is, man. He is killing it.
He's
killing it so well that he's beating right now for Defensive Player of the Year.
Well,
100%.
Because that dude right there is a whoo.
And he beat us, so it's all good. Our defensive player of the game, or breakout player of the game, excuse me. Who do I have my eyes set on in this game? It's tough to pick the young fellas, because it's just tough because they can't really. The consistency of him having a good game to having a negative game, it's just the way it goes. It's the ebbs and flows of being a rookie, you know what I'm saying, in the NFL. So it's really hard, but I think defensive breakout player, I think is going to be Demo. I think they're going to test him, and I think he's going to shut it down. And I think they're going to continue to test because that's what Baker Mayfield does, right? He goes to his guy. That's the one thing Baker will like. He'll lock on his guy. He'll go to his guy. He'll hit other guys, but he's going to want to get the ball to his guy. I think Demo is going to show up, have a good game. Clean game, Moses, that's what you asked for. I think he's going to have a clean game, and I think he's going to get the first interception for the San Francisco 49ers. I think Demo pick six sounds really good. Lock that in right now. All right, lock that freaking in.
I like that. I like that
ears.
comment. That comment from Boss. That's my honorable mention.
Yeah. Michael Williams for a sec.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, so and that's what I'm saying. When I tell you, the player that is hurting the most from the Nick Bosa injury is this young fella right here.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
he was playing out of his mind.
You're right about that.
And I feel bad, but he's an end. He's going to be an end. But they were developing him.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were developing that. He was literally the next younger, more athletic, freaky Eric Armstead. Like literally was becoming that. Would have been able to have his way of making end money and defensive tackle money in the NFL come contract year. Unfortunately, now he has to go to the edge and kind of go through, you know what I'm saying, what it's like, you know what I'm saying? And I believe he's going to be able to do it. You know, I believe he's going to be able to show up and show out. All right, last question. Most dangerous player on the Buccaneers, Peachy, Mose, and then I'll give you a guy if I can find one.
The most dangerous player on the Bucs is got to be my Buckeye guy, Ibuka, man.
Okay. Ibuka, one for Ibuka to Mose.
I mean, I'm gonna give you somebody different.
You don't have to. If it's Ibuka, it's Ibuka. Like that's the guy you got to stop, right?
It is, but until he shows me otherwise, Baker.
Damn, I didn't think he's gonna pick it.
Okay, I like that.
I like that. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna do it like this. Baker Mayfield to Ibuka. Like I'm gonna pick both of them up. Cause that's what it is. Like that's the connection in Tampa Bay right now. Find a way to disrupt that connection. Force Tez Johnson. Force Sterling Old Man Shepard.
Yep.
Force those guys. Even Chris Godwin. I'm not. Listen, Chris Godwin is a phenomenal receiver. I do not want to get beat by him. I do not want this to be his breakout game. I would be pissed. A dude coming off ACL in his third week back and has a breakout game against the Niners secondary. I will be livid. Don't forget about him. But yo, you got to find a way to disrupt the connection between Bake.
Yeah.
And
Shout out with Super Chat. Thank you, Mr. Delvin Thomas. My favorite moment nobody talks about is when the Rams tried to run the ball at the 1 yard line and our big man punched the ball out and recorded it, and the defense started running his belly.
I think they meant rubbing.
Rubbing his belly. Got you. Yep.
All right, so I ain't talked about the rubbing the belly part, but thank you, Delvin, for the Super Chat.
Yes.
But I definitely have been talking about this club. I've been calling it the Donkey Kong Punch Out, like, because that's how we came in.
It was beautiful.
What was even more beautiful was that he didn't even know he knocked the ball out.
Right.
He just hit him. He was just going in to hit him.
Yeah, real talk. He punched him in the face first, and then he hit the ball.
Oh, so he was concussed. Oh. Nah, bro. Did you see that club? Did you see his hand?
He was dazed.
No, he came across. He hit him in the face first, and then the ball, and then his arm hit the ball. Like,
yeah, because his head said, "Let me
use
go."
that sucker as a weapon.
Nah, his head was like, "Just let me go." Like let the ball go, because this hurts. You know, you get a head, you got to go grab the head. First, you know what I'm saying? Let me go, and the ball popped out. Because I'm be honest, that was a touchdown. That was a touchdown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was a touchdown.
So this right here was really funny. Mr. Leon Sandcastle. They need Bosa on the sidelines with the megaphone chanting Baker.
I need Bosa on the sideline chanting Baker
That
on
would
that.
be
What's that
so
Neely thing? They be
funny.
riding on that little Neely. Not Neely, but the scooter, and they kneel on it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
'Cause he got the foot injury. He
can't
can't kneel. He got a knee injury, so I don't know what he gonna be on.
I think
My
this
bad.
is a great idea.
Yeah,
I am
gotta
all
haunt
for
him.
that.
Gotta haunt him some way. All right, score predictions, and because this is the official score prediction show. We will stick to these score predictions. I will hold everybody accountable.
Mm-hmm.
We will stick to these score predictions for the remainder of the week. Mose, don't go nowhere else and change your score prediction.
Do you do that, Mose?
Nah, he don't do that.
Oh.
He don't do that. Just say. Yeah. All right. Score predictions. Here we go. Mose, you get to go first, dog. You got this one.
I mean, I'm looking at Tampa's schedule. Yes, they are 4-1, but they've won by 3 points, 1 point, 2 points,
Close
6
games.
points, and 3 points.
Hurry up and make your point, because I want you to look up how we won.
By the hair of our
But
cheek.
I'm only saying that because this got to be the most evenest fucking game I've ever seen in my life.
We've won by 4 points, 5 points, 1 point, 5 points, 3 points.
This got to be the most even game.
It is insane.
So as much as I want to say, oh, the 49ers, oh, this is going to be the game. Da, 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 da. No, I don't think this is going to be one of those games. I think this is going to be a close game. Give me Niners 27-24.
All right,
Okay.
you with Felicia. Okay. All right. Damn, this is gonna be an Eddie P game, man. I ain't gonna say it. Can you imagine if it's 24-23? All right, Peachy, you up?
Oh God, these close games are just these are a lot. So I have it 23-20 49ers.
23-20. So another 3-point game. I gotta break this 3-point monotony. So the Niners are the underdogs. The Bucks are favored by 3. If that number changes, the Niners gonna win by more. I think that's gonna change. That number needs to stay the same. I think the Niners win this game 24-20.
24-20. Okay.
24-20.
Okay.
I think Mac Jones 3 touchdowns reappear. We get a field goal. I don't care how they score, but they only getting 20 points. But they're gonna score. Like they're gonna score. I'm hoping the defense can keep them under 20. Defense averages up 19.8 points per game. That's the defensive average. So they're top 10. We have a top 10 scoring defense, but the Rams put up points. I mean the Buccaneers put up points. So. We'll see what happens. What a freaking show. Shout out to everybody out there. Give yourselves a round of applause, man, for being here in this live episode. For our listeners, we got some stuff to do. Rob D, you're going to have to join that Patreon watch party, man. We'll sing happy birthday all freaking night long, man. But happy early birthday to our guy, Rob D.
Yes.
We wish you nothing but the best.
Absolutely.
Make sure you celebrate early so you can celebrate later. Like, that's how we do. Like, just turn up all day. Like, you know what I mean? And have fun, man. Enjoy yourself. Be safe out there. And just continue to enjoy life, man. I don't know how old you're going to be, but it doesn't matter. Just enjoy the new year that you're about to bring in, man. Celebrate, for sure. Yeah, like, this game is going to be a great game. This game is going to be fun. And I'm hoping it's more like that Saints game where it was the shootout. That way it's just offense. Both defenses are trash, and best shootout person wins. Because Mac Jones needs a shootout game under his belt. But if it comes down to the foot of Eddie Pinheiro, it comes down to the foot of Eddie Pinheiro. So we'll see what happens, you know. But I definitely feel way more confident than I did playing the Rams. Like, I feel way more confident. And I know the Bucs got a great record. I know the Bucs got some great victories. They play some tough teams, in my opinion. But I think the Niners have the formula to beat them. And it's almost like the Niners having the formula to beat the Rams. It just doesn't mean that it's going to be a blowout. It's just beating them. Like, you just want to get the dub by any means necessary. Chiefs again in the building.
Before we get out of here,
Mac Jones is trash. He's better than Patrick Mahomes. Not overall in totality, but this season, bro. They like this season. Let me be clear.
You literally just hit the words out of my mouth. You need to be more concerned at this point, Chiefs again, is with whatever mental is going on with your defensive player, Chris Jones, who has deactivated all of his social media.
Oh, that's because they coming at him, though. They
because he got. Yeah, I understand that, but my whole
you gotta
thing
turn
is
you
that
gotta turn yourself off from that shit. Because these fans. Let's not act like we don't know how fans be. 49er fans are the most ruthless fans. They send death threats. I can't imagine what Chiefs fans probably did to Chris Jones for taking a play off. You know, the Chiefs weren't trash last week. I won't say that they were trash. They should have won the game. The Chiefs defense. That kid, how are you not sending the kid that gave up the pass interference to death threat? Like, I'm sorry. Don't send anybody death threats.
Right.
But how the kid that did the pass interference is the one you really should be going after. It shouldn't even came down to that play that he fell down. And how you going to be mad at Chris Jones when 4 other motherfuckers didn't go touch the guy?
Right.
You got 4 guys right there And you want Chris to run all the way to the other side? I guarantee you he thought his player touched it. No excuse. I'm getting mad. I didn't think the Chiefs were trash. They just didn't finish the game because their guys made a mistake. I wish we could get a PI call with 3 seconds left on the 1 yard. We probably wouldn't be able to score though. Niners suck on the goal line.
Exactly. That's so important. Shout out to Ramelia Sports Report. Congrats, Breezy, Mose, Peachy on the big win Thursday night. Crazy game. Win is a win. We appreciate that. Much respect as always. That.
So. He fell down twice, Christian. Twice. I watched him fall, get up, bumble, stumble, fall again, get up again, and just said, "Hey, there's a lane. I'm going to run." I'm not gonna lie. If I was Chris Jones and I played a full game, I probably would have took the play off too. I thought my guys had him. Like, how do you not touch the quarterback? He's on the ground. That's a given. That's like a sack. You just gotta go breathe on him with a finger or a fingernail. Just touch. He could have touched the locks of his hair. It could have did anything.
It was.
I ain't never seen nothing
insane.
Like
that. At the beginning of that game, though, like. The Chiefs shouldn't even have been as close as they were because at the beginning of the game, they shouldn't have never got that touchdown.
They got some calls. Oh, you talking about the offensive PI?
Yes.
I mean the legal pick play that they said it was legal.
The bad one.
Bet you the Niners don't get those calls. Because we create the pick plays. The Patriots and the Niners invented them pick plays.
That's right.
Matter of fact, it's funny you brought that up. Because I'm confused on the pick play and the legality of the pick play. Because on that touchdown by the Rams, Ramelia, let me know. Was that legal? Because Devontae Adams clearly ran his guy into our guy. Like, huh? And that freed up Puka Nacua. I'm just curious. Like, go back and watch that play, Mose. I know you understand it more, but
he made his defender, our guy, run into another 49er.
Yeah, is that not legal?
That's legal. Devontae can't touch the guy.
Devontae ran into Jason Pinnock, didn't he?
I gotta look at it again.
His guy ran into Pinnock, and then Pinnock had to go back around.
As long as Devontae doesn't touch Pinnock, if Devontae runs his route and makes his defender, whoever it was, say if it was Demo, runs his route and makes Demo run into Pinnock, that's clean.
Okay, well that's what makes it legal.
Devontae can't be the one to touch Pinnock.
I'm gonna go rewatch that.
But if he runs his route and the defender runs with him and just runs into his own teammate, that's legal.
Those have to be the hardest place to defend on the goal line.
Absolutely.
That's the creativity I need from Kyle Shanahan. I need that.
No question about it.
Find that, Kyle. Give me that. That was beautiful. I mean, it was a bad throw, but Puka caught it. Like, it was a quick, low throw for Puka to catch. But that's, it wasn't a long developed route. But at the end of the day, Niners got the dub, and we 4-1, man. We looking to be 5-1, and they could get it done. The Niners just got to be on their P's and Q's. They're already on the road, but they will be in their home jerseys, and so that should say something. I always like going places and making a home away from home, baby.
That's right.
That's what I like. Guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in to Nitty Gritty Niners Talk. We'll be back next Wednesday to give our takes from the game and preview the game against the Falcons. We should be getting George Kittle back. So things are looking on the up and up. Now let's go in there and let's get this win. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Hey.
Breezy, gritty, this that Niners
Mose knows. Peachy, it's about that time. Everybody turn your TVs on. The Mose knows Peachy, Breezy, and fair to God. They keep it nitty gritty when they bring you Nine to talk. We two gorilla, silverback, silver.
You know it's busting the discussion cause we get it in. Every time we grinding, I was 8 to 10. We always play to win. The faithful going hard. It's Wayne, Breezy, Peachy, Mose knows and fear to God. Let's get it.
Nitty gritty, it's the Niners talk. Don't like it, better take a walk. Nitty gritty, it's the Niners talk. We outline players up in chalk. Nitty gritty, it's the Niners talk. Don't like it, better take a walk. Nitty gritty, this the Linus Talk. Linus Talk, nitty gritty, this the Linus Talk.